Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Teil 35 von The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. So nämlich, Trails ist nur der Schlüsselbegriff dieser Reihe. Wir waren bei der Königin, haben davon erfahren, dass die Prinzessin in der Erbe Royal Villa oder Erbe Royal Villa festgehalten wird. Und unser Auftrag ist es jetzt, nachdem wir hier genächtigt haben, endlich die Prinzessin zu befreien und diesen ganzen Komplott mal aufzuhalten, aber dafür brauchen wir, wie gesagt, auch erstmal ein paar Verbündete. Ich habe mal gerade kurz in die Flasche geschaut, wie spät es ist, und es ist Zeit, hier rauszugehen. Wir sind immer noch im Gronsel Castle, das bedeutet, wir müssen jetzt erstmal, hier rauskommen. Aber was ist denn da? What, might I inquire, are you doing at this late hour? Es ist natürlich die alte Kanone. Meine Güte, ist die auf Zack. Immer unter Spannung, immer geladen. Captain, I'm Althea. Good evening. I realize that you've been invited here, but don't you think it a bit late? Don't you think it a bit late for you kids to be out walking around? Please pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this, and we couldn't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So, where were you? Where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. I'm maid quarters. I admire your honesty, so let's not waste time on games. I did, in fact, receive several reports of you going in and out of the maid quarters. Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place? What? You don't think that questioning someone like that when you already have the facts is a little cruel? I'll take that as a compliment. So what business have you in the maid quarters? I'd suggest you answer honestly. Well, Estelle, Joshua. You've been here the whole time? Und da ist Sinn und rettet den Tag. Und natürlich am Saufen. Wow, now that's the stuff. You're drunk. Oops, sorry. If it ain't my favorite gorgeous officer lady. Nice, some luck that we met up again, eh? I suppose. So what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble? Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. I merely wanted to know their business simply as a security precaution. Yeah, I totally getcha. I just sent them off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey Joshua, you kids find anything to eat? No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maid if there was any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck. Oh well, I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, I just had a great idea. You wanna come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with the drinks with a beautiful lady. I'm afraid I'm busy, so I have to decline your generous offer. My apologies for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand? Of course. It is late, we should probably just get to bed. Very good then. Now if you'll excuse us... Oh, denied. Well, might as well just go back to the room. Right, we'll go with you. Und natürlich ist Sinn nicht doof. Der wird sich natürlich schon irgendwas gedacht haben und ist überhaupt nicht betrunken. Das bestätigt auch meine Flasche. Looks like we managed to convince her at least. What? Zin, aren't you drunk? I was acting drunk. I haven't had a single drop. Also Zin hat so getan, als ob er besoffen wäre, um die abzulenken, aber er ist natürlich überhaupt nicht betrunken. No way. Your face had even gone all red. He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's done with some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right? Huh, I'm surprised you're familiar with that. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes. You're an evil, evil man, Zin. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me. Sorry about that. So what's the story? What story? I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of your meeting with the queen. Ich sag ja, Sinn ist nicht doof. Der hat natürlich gecheckt, dass wir bei der Königin waren. Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Did Elnan tell you something about this? Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I? Wir haben es ihm einfach selbst verraten. Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. So how much do you really know? I guess it's finally time to show you this. Okay, Sin hat einen Brief dabei und gibt ihn Estelle und Joshua. What's this? I know this handwriting. Well, don't just stand there, read it. It'll explain a lot. Okay. Dear Zen Vatek, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I have been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jägers is leading me into imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Libo, I feel uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask you a favor of you. Could I persuade you to come to Libo and help out if they need it? Since you haven't been to Libo before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There's a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration and foreigners can participate. It would make fine camouflage. I realize that this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to Libo before the festival, so hopeful we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Cassius Bright. So, Cassius hat nämlich dafür gesorgt, dass Sin überhaupt hier ist und uns helfen kann. Das heißt, es ist nicht mal ein Zufall. Und das ist wieder schön geschrieben. Weil, dass dieser Bär auch immer unseren Weg kreuzt, so ist eben doch kein Zufall. Er ist aktiv dabei, uns mehr oder weniger zu verfolgen. P.S. You may have the chance to meet my son and daughter. So, they are currently apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Try not to bail them out too much, unless it seems like they really need it. So Dad actually asks you to come to Libo, which means he's in Arabonia now. That's the long and short of it. The long and short of it? What it means that you were in cahoots with him all along. With him all along? That's kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Calvert. This letter just gave me the chance to make us square again, suppose. When did you realize that we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset once I saw Estelle's techniques with the bow staff. I asked Kilika about it, and that confirmed it. It would have been nice if you'd said something about it at all. We've been worried sick wondering where Dad's been. I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything, but I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright? If you can't pull off a job as big as sneaking in an audience with the Queen? I suppose so? He knows this much, it wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right? So, und das ist nämlich jetzt auch der Moment, wo wir endlich einen neuen Menschen in alles einweihen. Und es ist auch wirklich Zeit. Sin hat sich als loyaler Freund erwiesen. Im Turnier auch davor immer ein lieber Kerl gewesen. Plus, jetzt hat er noch das Siegel des Vaters als Gütesiegel. So. Und deswegen verraten wir ihm jetzt natürlich alles, was abgeht. Okay, I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then, I'll help you out with that little request. You will? Und das ist super gut, weil Sin ist ein unglaublich starker Dude, was sich jetzt im Kampfsystem noch nicht so krass bemerkbar macht, wobei man ja merkt, dass die Kämpfe schwieriger werden. Aber wenn ihr das erste Mal spielt, ist er wirklich, wirklich ein unglaublich wichtiger Charakter im Kampf. Und das mag ich so schön, das verbindet sich so schön mit der Geschichte hier. Genau, und er möchte helfen, weil er steht in der Schuld von Cassius und deswegen bietet er sich an und alle sind happy und ja, das war's. Wir pennen jetzt hier im Stadion. Nicht im Stadion. Oha, was ist denn das? What is this place? I never would have imagined that something like this even existed. Dann lassen wir sogar mal Originalgeschwindigkeit laufen. Schaut euch das an. It's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level. Yes, sir. Whoa, is that some kind of mechanical monster? Well, so these must be archaisms. Archaisms? Ich weiß gar nicht, was das übersetzt heißt. Gibt's dafür eine entsprechende Warte, das muss ich mal nebenbei nachschauen. Holy shit, took out that thing in one stroke. So, ich muss mal kurz nebenbei nachgucken, was Archaisms heißen könnte. Ich kann mir nicht vorstellen, dass das Archaism. Archaismus. Aber gibt es dafür eine angemessene deutsche Übersetzung? Also einfach Archaismus oder Archaismus. Das scheint einfach Archaism, veraltetes Wort. Nee, ich hätte es jetzt nicht gekannt. Ist Synonym für ein veraltetes Wort oder Archaismus, altertümliche Ausdrucksform. Also hierfür so alte Monster. Okay, interessant. You were the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique as well was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you've studied under the divine blade himself. I'm humbled. I still have ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. Time waits for no one. So, ne? The skills I possess now will have to be enough. Oh, guck mal, wie traurig dieser Assi aussieht. Entschuldigung. My strength may be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own two hands. Ja, forge du mal. My brave man, the way to the ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Liebe. I expect only the best of each of you. By your orders, sir. Ja, Special Ops, bla, for the glory of Liebe. For the glory of Liebe. Wirkt ein bisschen sehr krass militärisch. Aber das haben wir uns ja schon gedacht. So. Alles klar. I understand the situation. You've both performed admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the professor's message to Her Majesty in person. We just get lucky is all. The real question is, how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yes, we're really going to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In any case, we can consider Professor Ruslet's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. Dum, 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 dum. Okay. Cool. It was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-rank bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. Even if I didn't have a debt to repay to Cassius, I couldn't possibly stand by idly in a situation like this. I'm with you until the end. Genau. Wir werden jetzt versuchen, in die Villa Royale, es ist auch egal, in die Villa der Königin einzufallen, wo die festgehalten werden. So, it's a rank that signifies a full-fledged brace's full power. There's 7 ranks ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. Und da ist auch schon ein bisschen Foreshadowing, was in den nächsten Ableger passieren könnte. Denn wenn man erstmal Senior Bracer ist, dann gibt es auch wieder dieses Klassensystem. Also jetzt arbeiten wir uns ja auch die Ränke nach oben. Das müssen wir als Senior Bracer aber auch wieder machen. Erst wenn man Senior Rank A hat, gehört man zu dem Besten. Und dann gibt es nur noch S, aber das ist sehr selten. Genau, und Sin ist ein A-Ranked Bracer. So, there are 20 A-Rankers across the continent. Selbst von A-Rankers gibt es also offensichtlich nicht besonders viele. But above that, there is an informal S-Rank. Ach genau, der ist gar nicht offiziell, der ist halt nur noch mal, um die noch besondereren hervorzuheben. There are only 4 of those on the entire continent. Well, I'm not sure I even want to think about what they can do. You really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius. What? Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you knew about this already, right? Right? Sorry, but yes, I did. You solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear it's hardly worth even getting upset about anyone. Royal Armor Soldier, Hidden Hero, Divine Blade, S-Rank Bracer. If he's really so damned awesome, then it sure would be nice if he'd come back and take care of this case. You may be right. If you were with us, perhaps this would never have escalated to the point where ich kann's nicht aussprechen. Umschutz was even possible. So, Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. Und das ist ein guter Punkt, denn Sinn sagt zu Recht, wenn Cassis hier wäre, dann wird das gar nicht so krass möglich sein, dass das passieren könnte. So, aber er ist halt eben nicht da. Und da liegt die Vermutung ja nahe, dass das absichtlich so gemacht wurde. No, I'm sure that would be overthinking things. I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like this without him noticing he was being used. I'd have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off. Well, yeah. I never knew what he was up to, even though he was so close. I don't think that Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull the hool over his eyes. More likely it's just that two major events happen to overlap with each other. Genau, aber die Idee ist jetzt erstmal wieder vom Tisch. Ich kann euch aber schon mal sagen, das stimmt, das ist absolut wahr. Es ist auch kein Zufall. So. Okay. All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The third article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act. But we're no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all Bracers in Grunzel, including Zin, of course. Oh, okay. If we come in conflict with the Intelligence Division, we'll need all the help we can get. Ideally, we should have the cooperation of the other branches, but the checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. Also wird immer noch alles unter diesem Deckmantel des Terrorismus vermarktet, so als ob das immer noch ein Ding wäre, aber wir wissen natürlich, das ist alles nur Quatsch. So the enemy is finally moving at full tilt. This may be to stifle any activity on the part of any Royal Guardsmen in hiding as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with the resources on hand. Oh, fun, but we're up to it. So do we have a solid idea of where the prisoners are being held? It's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place to be the Herb Rural Villa. Ach so, wir wussten das noch gar nicht. Ja, sorry, aber es war sehr offensichtlich, ne? That's the building in the forest, right? It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counterterrorism, few would question it. But I can't imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Leicester Fortress. Considering it's the army we're going to be going in against, I'd like a more solid confirmation, however. If we assaulted the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it. Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any braces currently in the royal city. Could I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. Ja, yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. Na, und Nile könnte uns jetzt natürlich dabei helfen. Moment. Kurz was trinken. Herrlich. Die können uns natürlich jetzt dabei helfen, die Informationen zusammenzutragen, ob die da wirklich eingesperrt sind. So in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She helped us with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. So off to the cathedral then. There are 4 other braces in the city: Kurt, Grant, Karna and Annalise. Also wir sollen jetzt quasi die Streitmächte sammeln, um den finalen Kampf zu schaffen. Ne? Wie sieht es eigentlich hier aus? Wie viele Punkte haben wir? Ah, Mist. Ich glaube, ich habe irgendwo 2 Punkte übersehen. Ich weiß nur nicht, wo. Naja, so ist das Leben. Ich kann es nicht ändern. So ist das Leben. Egal. Genau. Also ich habe nochmal nebenbei auf meiner Liste gescrollt. Das seht ihr, wenn oben in der Ecke dieses Kamerasymbol kommt, dann kann es sein, dass ich ab und zu in der Liste scrolle auch. Oder ich versuche die Kamera wirklich zu bewegen. Das soll ja auch vorkommen. Aber ja. Ja, aber können wir nichts machen. Naja. Ich glaube aber, jetzt ist der Moment gekommen, wo wir zum Kaffeehaus können. Wir haben doch die Bücher eingesammelt. Und ich glaube, wenn man alle hat, dann kann man die finalen Waffen freischalten für die beiden Figuren. Hier für Estelle oder Joshua. Das könnte uns nochmal weiterbringen. Hier ist doch das Kaffeehaus. Ja. Perfekt. Erstmal holen wir das Curry. Weil warum nicht? Talk. Hey, you guys wouldn't happen to have the complete collection of the Cornelia, would you? Wow, you do? I'd always meant to buy every new volume when it came out, but never get around to it. I was like, I can always read the whole series when it's finished, right? And now, it's pretty much impossible to find the whole set for sale in one place. So I beg you please, would you be willing to part with your collection of tomes? Ja, aber sehr. You will really? Oh my god, thank you so much. I work in diplomatic relations and just got back from assignment in the Far East. I've built up a pretty impressive little collection of Eastern goods too, if I do say so myself. I'll let you have one of my rarer items in exchange for what I seek. Your braces, no? Let's see what I've got that might catch your eye. It's between those two. Which one intrigues you more? Also, das sind jetzt die ultimativen Waffen für Estelle oder Joshua. Und ich würde sagen, wir nehmen das für Joshua, weil wir Estelle ja meistens dann doch als Heilerin nutzen und in Gefechten, wo es drauf ankommt, gar nicht so sehr auf ihren Stab angewiesen sind. Beziehungsweise ihre S-Craft richtet sich ja immer nur auf einen. Ich würde wirklich die Twin Plovers nehmen. Thank you, we'll take this. Very nice indeed. It suits you. I've gotten a notification to close shop early today, so I have lots of time to read. Thank you again. Nice. Dann geben wir die mal auch direkt. Joshua, wie viel haben wir denn jetzt? 267? Ja, das ist auf jeden Fall ein richtig guter Schritt nach vorne, ne? Kann man auch schon mal so sagen. Sauber, Joshua. Ich glaube, das war's. Ich glaube, mehr kann ich gar nicht machen gerade. Also die Bücher habe ich alle. Ich glaube, Nebenmissionen gibt es nicht mehr wirklich. Ich glaube, es gibt noch eine so im Epilog oder so. Ja, dann gehen wir jetzt zu Julia in der Kirche, würde ich sagen, oder? Auch hier schön, dass die Tauben dann alle wegfliegen, wenn man so vorbeigeht. Ist eigentlich ganz cool so. They're not giving anyone any details on Her Majesty's illness, including us. All we can do is keep patrolling. We have our orders after all. Okay, ja, das tut mir leid. Yo. Are you looking for Sister Ellen, perchance? I believe the Archbishop should know her whereabouts. Okay. Okay. Also wahrscheinlich ist sie da drin, aber ich komme nicht dran, ne? Oder kann ich vielleicht noch gar nicht mit ihr sprechen, weil der Bischof ist ja nicht hier. Hier vielleicht? And who might you be? We're members of the Braces, the Bracer Guild, I mean. We're looking for Sister Ellen. Where you know? Might I guess that you share complicity with her then? With a nun? Ew, no. He's asking if we know her real identity, Estelle. We're here with information she asked us to find. I'm sorry to say she's no longer at the cathedral. She came to say goodbye to me this morning and left. Where to? I mean, do you know where she might have gone? If only I did. I've been close with the royal family for many years and she's always regarded me as a friend and confidant, but this time she refused to give me any details. She no doubt wished to keep the church from getting too deeply involved in whatever is occurring. I see. I wouldn't worry though. She had the light of hope in her eyes as she departed. Confident she was not running away to wallow in despair, but for a more noble cause. Well, that's good at least. But the thing is, we kind of need her stay in touch with the royal guardsmen. Well, begging for rain in the desert only gets you sand. We should probably go. The best thing we can do is covertly keep an eye out for other royal guardsmen. Not the most efficient plan. Ja, okay. Also, ja, das ist jetzt bitter. Ja, dann können wir jetzt wohl nicht finden. Dann war sie in der Tür wohl auch nicht hinten drin. Dann gehen wir zu Niall, oder? Wenn wir schon mal hier in der Gegend sind. Der kann uns ja wahrscheinlich ein paar Infos dann auch geben, die uns weiterbringen. Ja, wir gehen einfach wieder direkt hoch. Auch nicht da. This is weird, Chief. We haven't heard anything in 2 days. Well, he does tend to get completely wrapped up when he's looking for the next big story. But given how close we are to a state of martial law, I don't much like that he hasn't contacted us either. Huh? Oh, hi guys. Hello, Dorothy. Pardon us. Hey, it's the tournament champions. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Libel News. Niall and Dorothy have told me quite a bit about the two of you. Estelle and Joshua of the Branche Guild, right? Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've always enjoyed your magazine. Haha, well, that's always good to hear. Weren't you two doing something for Niall? Yes. That's what we were just talking about. Actually, Niall hasn't shown up here today or yesterday. No word from him or anything. Huh? Yesterday or today? We spoke with him in the evening 2 days ago. Really? What do you mean, really? You gave us the message to meet him for Adia's sake. We came here to talk to him after the semi-finals. Alright, now that you mention it. So did he say anything to you? Like where he was going? Wo war er nochmal hin? Ach ja, jemand hat ihn angerufen, stimmt. Right, I remember what happened. He got a call from someone and then he said he had to leave. Are you serious? Yes. We haven't seen hide nor hair from him. We haven't seen hide nor hair from him since. Oh no, I can't believe Niall's dead. Es ist so schön. Direkt tot. Ja, warum auch nicht? Who said he was dead? Today's when all the airliner traffic gets shut down. Everything was normal yesterday though, so maybe he went to another province? I already inquired with the landing port's passenger registry and there was no sign of him. So I figured he has to still be somewhere in town. Huh. You two were the last ones to see this reporter fellow. Weren't you talking to him about something for a news article? Huh? These are the times we live in. Controlling the media is a big deal for the military. What do you think, Chief? I certainly can't argue with that, particularly in the case of the intelligence division. They monitor and censor everything we do. You wouldn't believe how frustrating it is, which means that you can't get much information for your stories. But it's in a reporter's nature to want to get as much as possible into the hands of the readers. I see. So when to check out a new subject the intelligence division hasn't started censoring yet. What was the last thing he told us about? I think it was about... Nee, das nicht. Das war in den Artikeln The Tournament Winners auch nicht. In Arranged Marriage for Princess Claudia, glaube ich. And the Duke mentioned something about it at the dinner party. Oh, Niall told you about that too? It'd make a hell of a story if it's true. He mentioned having to get some evidence at any cost. How did a reporter like Niall even learn about something like that? I have thought that something like that would be known only to the royal family. Well, he did say he's friends with someone who works in the royal villa. Ah, vielleicht ist er auch da. Vielleicht wurde er auch entführt, ne? Ah, und jetzt haben wir die Confirmation. And the veil is lifted. Maybe the person he was talking to was his friend in the villa, which would mean that Niall's probably there too. You don't say. Well, if I know Niall, he probably tried to worm his way in for an interview with the princess. And if the soldiers saw him, they'd have arrested him on the spot. Ja, das kann natürlich sein, dass er direkt dahin wollte und gefangen genommen wurde. Okay, also für uns ist jetzt klar, dass wir dahin müssen. Fertig. Do you have inside information about what's going on in the city in all of Libel? Sorry, but we really can't talk about it. Just let the Braziger take care of Niall. If he has been arrested, we'll see to it that he's released. Alright, please do whatever you can. Please, you guys, you gotta bring Niall back. Leave it to us. Ja, und damit haben wir ja schon mal unsere Confirmation, dass wir auf jeden Fall dahin gehen sollten. Ach, was müssen wir jetzt machen? Jetzt müssen wir noch unsere Leute finden, ne? Da war niemand drin. Haben wir hier denn überhaupt noch was? Nee. Dann gehen wir erstmal in den Norden. Vielleicht finden wir da ja direkt was. North Block. Was haben wir hier nochmal? Das Rosenbaumhotel. Da waren wir noch nicht drin, da schauen wir mal. Hier ist niemand. Hier ist niemand. Yo, ist bei dir jemand? Talk. Kurt the Bracer has returned, but he looked a bit on the pallet side. I hope he's alright. Okay. Ja, perfekt, dann ist er aber hier. Hier ist niemand. Ha, da haben wir schon den ersten gefunden. Da ist er. I wish I could remember that time a little better. It's like there's a thick fog blanketing the whole thing. Oh, hi, Kurt. It's good to see you here. Hi, Stell. Hi, Joshua. Oh, Zin's with you too. Didn't you know that we were going to that dinner party at the castle yesterday? That was when these two rookies took on a pretty major assignment. What's major assignment? I think it's best if we tell you more or less the whole story. Genau, jetzt weihen wir Kurt nämlich auch in alles ein. Oha, you serious? Of course we are. That's why we really need your help. No, that's not it. I admit I'm shocked at Her Majesty's request of you, but the black ointment that the Colonel Stoll has, it's real? Kurt? What's wrong? You look awfully pale. Oha, er hat einen Zusammenbruch. Wow. Okay, wir haben nur das Black Ointment, das ist schwarze Ointment erwähnt und schon geht's bei ihm los. Step away from him. Huh? Shade. Lift. Aufs Maul. You didn't even touch him and he acted like he got electrocuted. It's a special spirits channeling breath technique. It allows the user to directly affect the target's body without direct physical contact. I don't normally like to be so rough, but time isn't exactly on our side. How are you feeling? Wow, actually a lot better. I can't remember every detail, but a good bit of it's coming back. I'm a little unsteady from the shock, but I think I'll be alright. So what do you remember? Didn't you say so before? There was an accident around... didn't I say so before? There was an accident around 3 months ago. You lost your memories while you were working, right? Okay, jetzt wird's interessant. Er erinnert sich teilweise wieder, was an vor 3 Monaten passiert ist. Wo ich noch meinte, das ist auf jeden Fall wichtig. Someone had asked me to check up on those men in the black outfits. And then I took something suspicious from them. It was the black ointment. So the person who gave you the assignment... Yes, it was your father, Cassius. I wasted no time in packaging it up and sending it to him. But that's really as far back as I can remember. Also Kurt, dieses K, was auf dem Paket noch draufsteht, in dem Brief, das war Kurt. Kurt hat das Ding geklaut. I think I also remember there being a note that said to have Professor Russell analyze it. I get it. The package was delivered to you two. Do you remember anything after that? Anything that happened after you sent off the package? Yes, after I left the port, someone called out to me, and then... It's no good. It's all still one big blur. You're probably best off not pressing your luck. It's likely to just cause strain that you can't handle yet. Okay, er kann sich zumindest nicht erinnern, warum dann plötzlich alles weg war. Who would have done this? Maybe those special ops guys? It's possible. They did use that nasty poison on Agatha after all. It's as if they're manufacturing and testing new drugs. Maybe they've made something to cause memory loss. Now there's a cheerful thought. Plus, there's the Sky Bandits boss and Mayor Delmo to consider. You have to be really careful. Na, wir hatten das nämlich schon mal, dass sich Leute wieder nicht an das erinnern konnten, dass sie sich ganz merkwürdig verhalten haben. Und jetzt gehört Kurt auch dazu. Das heißt, da scheint auf jeden Fall Strategie hinterzustecken. So. Also, ja, aber Kurt ist den Umständen entsprechend gut drauf und ist dabei. Er geht schon mal zur Gilde und wir suchen jetzt den Rest. Wen haben wir denn noch? Also ich schätze mal, hier wird niemand mehr sein, sonst hätte der ja unten noch gesagt, hey, also wie blöd wäre denn das auch, 2 am gleichen Ort zu haben. Aus Spieldesign-technischer Sicht ergibt es überhaupt keinen Sinn. Was haben wir denn hier? Ja, eigentlich nur diese Mall, dieses kleine Einkaufszentrum hier. Ich glaube, in den Embassies ist niemand. Hier vielleicht jemand drin? Ist hier vielleicht jemand? Na. Nee. Doch, da! Annalise. Well, if it isn't Zin and the new recruits. Back from the castle already? Well, yeah, I guess we are. Annalise, could we have a moment of your time? Here's something juicy you're looking to share with me. Well, if by juicy you mean spit your juice all over in shock, then yeah. It's a real juice bomb. Oh, you have my undivided attention. Should we be talking about this here, or should I be sitting down for it? Ich finde es auch geil, dass wir das einfach so öffentlich erzählen alles. Just to make it absolutely clear, this isn't a joke. Things could get serious in a big hurry, and if they do, we'll need your help. Let's see. Sorry, my head's just a little scrambled from how screwed up this whole situation is. I don't really get all of this, but you want everyone to meet up at the guild house, right? Ja, genau, okay, bla 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 bla. Das schicken wir auch dahin. Wer fehlt denn jetzt noch? Kana. Ach, und hier der Rotschopf. Grant, glaube ich. So, was haben wir hier? Sunbelly Inn. Vielleicht ist da ja jemand. Ja, da ist er direkt. Oder? Ja. Hey, it's Grant. Well, if it isn't the big bad champions. I hear you guys spent the night at the castle. Frankly, I'm surprised to see you back early. Also, bla bla bla. Wir laden ihn jetzt halt ein. Genau, die Gespräche. Also das mit Kurt war ja wirklich noch interessant, weil es noch was dazu gebracht ist. Aber bei den anderen, glaube ich, ist es jetzt wirklich nur noch so, dass wir da hingehen und sagen, hey, komm mal mit. Und die so, yo, machen wir, was haben wir hier? Ways, Arms and Girls. Ist hier jemand drin? Nee, ne? Oder doch, da? Doch! Nice! Okay, jetzt habe ich einen Lauf. Kann man hier auch raus? Ja, bringt mir nix. Yo, Kana, kommst du auch mit? Bla, 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 bla. Well, it's a long story. Bla, wir erzählen es dir. Oh, alles klar. Ja, dann, okay. Bis gleich. Tschüss. Ich würde dann sagen... das ist der perfekte Zeitpunkt, um diese Folge zu beenden. Denn in der nächsten wird es richtig rund gehen. Da werden wir in diese Villa nämlich einfallen. Dann werden wir Claudia retten. Dann gibt es ein paar Überraschungen. Und dann geht es auch schon fast in den finalen... Ich glaube, jetzt ist der Punkt, der letzte Punkt, wo wir nochmal frei rumlaufen können. Was wir natürlich nicht tun, weil nächstes Mal geht es direkt nämlich los. Und dann folgt, glaube ich, Dungeon auf Dungeon auf Dungeon. Nice, wir nähern uns im großen Finale. Und ich hoffe, ihr habt da genauso Bock drauf wie ich, weil jetzt wird's richtig spannend. Und bis dahin würde ich aber sagen, habt einen schönen Tag, habt einen schönen Morgen, habt einen schönen Abend, was auch immer und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!